Hey, what's up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here. This is episode number 4 for Classic Albums Revisited, and the last episode that I've done for the series was on Electric Ladyland by the Jimi Hendrix Experience. So what could possibly be better to review another album for this series? So I've decided to review this seminal and successful iconic masterpiece by Van Morrison, entitled Moondance. So Moondance came out in 1970, and this is the follow-up to 1968's Astral Weeks. Some people say that it is his best album. Don't get me wrong, it is a really good, strong album, full sound of white soul and folk, and has some of his best songs. But for me personally, I think this is a better album than Astral Weeks, and it has 10 tracks and it runs for 38 minutes total. And this is an album that I just completely cherish, one of my top favorite albums of all time. And one of the best things about it is that it contains some of the most memorable pieces of simple music by any solo artist ever, like other musicians like David Bowie, Bob Dylan, and also Bruce Springsteen, Neil Young, and other artists. But Van Morrison with this album is completely phenomenal from beginning to end. So the music on this album is really different than the folky white soul era from Astral Weeks. This music does have folk, but it also involves elements of soul, gospel, and bit of jazz at the same time. And this is an album I would put on at any time, any day, without any pauses or skipping whatsoever. The title track, Moondance, is a beautiful love song. The jazziest one of them all, includes one of the best saxophone solos I've ever heard, in my opinion. Beautiful piano playing as well. Brand New Day, Crazy Love, which are like soft ballads, Come Running, Glad Tidings, and Everyone. Everyone is, I say, one of the strongest songs. And other tracks like Caravan include some of the tightest and catchiest hooks ever recorded. And It Stoned Me, which is the opening track, starts the album off at a powerful pace, from the lyrics to the melody and the vocal performance. His vocals are one of the best things, and he is in my top 10 vocalists of all time, and there's no reason why you shouldn't let him be included in your favorite vocalists of all time. The tone of his voice, the emotion that he brings, he is a phenomenal and outstanding vocalist. Just blows my mind. I don't know how Van Morrison did it, by writing music and passing them along to other musicians to work hard and record this kind of music. Acoustic guitar sounded really good, and the piano is also brilliant sounding, and the drums sounded tight, and of saxophone and the backing vocals. The backing vocals do work so well on these tracks. If you want to bring some more different elements to your music by bringing them more punch, add some backing vocals or add in some other instruments to the instrumentation. And that's what Van Morrison did with the music that he wrote, and with the musician to work with him for the instrumentation on this album. So I really would recommend this album highly, and I think it is possibly the greatest Van Morrison album ever than any other release from his entire discography. So it is my favorite, and there's no doubt that people would say it's his best album, unless some people would say Astral Weeks is his best album. But there are other albums from him that I would recommend besides Astral Weeks and Moondance. Albums like Saint Dominic's Preview, or his band and his street choir, or maybe Wiedenfleece, or maybe one of his later stuff. But if you would make a list on which is the top best albums from Van Morrison, Moondance should be included, because if you don't include Moondance, that's fine by me. You have your own taste, you have your own opinion about Van Morrison and his kind of music. So that's pretty much all I've got to say about Moondance by Van Morrison. It is a beautiful, powerful, epic, and just a flawless piece of art, from the simplicity of the music, the lyrics, the vocals, production, the mixing is just wonderful. A wonderful album. I cannot recommend this album enough. Thank you guys for watching, and for the next one I will be reviewing Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, and I will be reviewing that album for its 50th anniversary. Also, Bob Dylan's Blonde on Blonde will be reaching its 50th birthday, like Pet Sounds, next month. I do have it on CD right here, so yeah, also got Blonde on Blonde on CD. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.